What's happening, guys? It is true. Let me turn myself down a little bit. There we go. Nope. Better. We are back. And better than ever. Just kidding, guys. We're doing good. I apologize. Before I get too far into talking, let's go ahead and change screens. Why aren't you changing screens? And now, there we go. What's up, guys? How we doing? Long time no see. And yes, no hat today. No hat, no headphones. We're going a little bit professional here. I got some in-ear monitors for a couple of different things. But the main purpose is to kind of freshen up a little bit on stream. Where's my music? There we go. You guys can hear that, right? Yeah. All right. So, it's been a while. My apologies, first of all, for not returning like I said I would. Some stuff came up. Got back from last weekend, had a family trip I took. And I came back and I was not feeling good for a while. And by the time I got back to like my normal routine, I had stuff going on this previous weekend. And finally had some time to kind of settle down, make sure everything's all caught up. I got nothing going on. So, I figured we surprise everyone. But how we doing? Sky Knight, it has been a while. MX Crypto, welcome back. I appreciate you. How you doing, my friend? How y'all been? Like I said, life's been a little hectic recently, but a lot of good things. Some bad things and mostly good things, but just been busy. Clap show, no way. And I responded with a yes way. So we got some things to talk about. Besides, I can't remember the last time I streamed was probably somewhat during this correction here. Ronald McDonald. My name Monk. How we doing? How we doing, my friend? But, yeah, last time we streamed, we were kind of in this area here. Price reacted off of the ETF news that was going on. And we talked about the possibilities of what could be going on. At the time, we did have a nice ABC here. All right. And price did respect it for a little bit. But you guys know, not a lot of the times, I would say when it comes to larger trends and how they develop, sometimes we can get a situation to where you guys know this. You guys should know this by now. If not, we can go over it. But ABCs can sometimes turn into larger ABCs to where this A or this ABC becomes an A, retracement to a B, extension to the C. So that is what happened. And now that we have a much larger ABC, on the 8 hour, this is clear as day. To me, this is the last line of defense for possibly possibly talking about a new Bitcoin top or a more local Bitcoin top at the moment. I personally just don't. You guys know my bias from, for a while now. I just don't believe we're going to be seeing new all-time highs anytime soon. So we're kind of in this limbo area, but we do have a nice ABC below us, or we do have a nice ABC entry below us to possibly go ahead and talk about a possible top forming. If we want to go back in history, I want to see. Okay, it didn't necessarily happen like this, but something I noticed, I saw recently. I forgot who said it, but February 16th. Okay. I was blindly listening to someone that was making a little bit of sense. But the last time someone said that last time we made a top here was February 13th of 2020. But I personally don't think we're in this stage. That's what I get for blindly listening to someone. I don't personally think we're in this stage. I think we're kind of in this region. Now, maybe if you want to play a little bit more of an exact timing, which, we don't do that here in this channel. But if you want to say, hey, you know what, this is the time of the year or time of the cycle to where we possibly could have some sort of black swan event, maybe. If it does happen, great. But I don't personally think we're at that point yet. We need to kind of come down and solidify some areas of support. At this point, we can go over that now. All right, anywhere from 40 or 35, 39.5 down to, 38, 37 750. I don't know. It's kind of like a boxed region zone. And then below us, or below that one, I should say, we do have a nice area of support around here, which, my opinion, this is kind of like the main area of support I would like to see get tested. We kind of solidified it as resistance, came back down. If we come back down and test it one more time, that would be a nice, clear, possible sign of reversal there. The absolute worst case scenario is we don't respect this support if we do break below that, and then we're going to be heading down to new lows. But at this point, price is pumped so far beyond that, that it is in the back of my mind as a possibility. But in my personal opinion, I don't believe that we're going to be testing new lows. Like, if I had to put it in probability wise, or in a probability sense, I would say the chances of us going down, putting in new lows, is maybe like 25-30%. To be honest, I just don't see it happening. What I probably will be the most likely scenario, we talked about this recently, but this is a more common occurrence on a major market cycle, I guess, macro time frame, is in order for us to be bullish, we need to form some sort of Adam and Eve. All right, if you guys don't know what an Adam and Eve is, pretty straightforward. All right, we have a very sharp correction with a very nice sharp retracement to the upside, or this could be, well, we'll explain both sides, but primarily we're looking for an upside down Adam and Eve, or an inverse Adam and Eve, because the original Adam and Eve, I think, is it from the forms, like from the top? Someone to verify that for me. But we're looking for a sharp decline, a nice steady uprise, and then some sort of like rounded bottom. Once we break that resistance formed from the top of the first run before we retrace, that's going to be the pivot of a potential bull run. So if you want to put that into, or if you want to give a more specific example on that, we can do this. Where is that? All right, Adam, Eve. All right, once you broke that resistance, boom, off to the races. And same thing, which I think probably is going to happen. I mean, to me, this looks like, from a more zoomed out perspective, it's not as aggressive as this one. Oh, you guys couldn't see that because of my head, but it's not as aggressive as this retracement here, but it's still, it's still pretty aggressive in my opinion. No serious pullbacks. So we have an Adam, and then we're looking for some sort of Eve. I mean, the more I look at this, the more I draw it out. That looks like the pattern. That looks like it's what's going to happen. So we'll have to wait and see. Let's see. When we needed him most, he came. I do my best. Sky Knight, I do my best. Mr. Reckless, how you doing, my friend? Good to see you. The last pump and dump knocked down on my short from 52K and my long from 50.8. Absurd. Happened in like 4 hours. Why sleep anymore? Let's see. Sky Knight. People seem to be pretty euphoric right now with current prices. A lot of wallets are now positive, which also seems like a red flag, especially for the halving. Need some panic selling. Exactly. Joe, good to see you too, my friend. How you doing? We got Eve. We need Adam now. Sharp, quick flush. Hello, Johnny. Good to see you again. Lieber, how you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. I know it's been a while. Hope you guys are doing good. We got Eve and we got, yeah. I think, yeah, you can definitely argue that as well, that this was a reverse Adam and Eve. So we had that rounded bottom. Then we get like a sharp decline. That could be it. It could happen. I mean, that part of the Adam and Eve can pretty much bottom anywhere. Now, if we put in a new low, obviously that's a whole different story. But I just have a hard time believing that's the case now. So my game plan has kind of shifted over the last month or so. Is, you guys know me, ever since we were back in this region here, last year. Yeah, around this time last year. I was still calling for a possible one more leg to the downside to form a larger ABC. But, things don't always happen. exactly how we want to. So that's why we always have backup plans. So I was looking for something like this. That would have been nice, or even up here. But the more we kind of, pumped to the upside, stagnated sideways, and kept going, the less confident I was in that scenario to play out. So now we're rolling with the backup. The backup is the Adam and Eve. So at the moment, do I still want lower prices or lower lows? Yes. Do I think it's going to happen? I don't think so, but never say never. We're rolling on the side that we're probably going to get some sort of rounded bottom or a sharp decline. Regardless, I think we're going to test around 25K. That's the most logical area of support, in my opinion. Let's see. This price action is more like Adam and Steve because it's gay. You're not wrong, Joe. You're not wrong. Nice to see you, Johnny, and the ABC crew. Yep, it's good to see everyone. Monk, Adam and Eve, more like Johnny and Kite. Well, if Kite were to get back on stream, then maybe we can have that conversation, Monk. But Kite's being a little stinker. So yeah, trying to think of what else is going on. At the moment, let's take a look at the S&P. Actually, no. Before we do that, let's go over my game plan. I want to, because I try to be as transparent as possible. I haven't taken any leverage positions up in this regions at all. I think the last time I took a leverage position was maybe like back here in May. Maybe I think I shorted this, but that was about it. Yeah, I don't really remember the last time I took a leverage position, to be honest, but I think it was in July. But I'm really not in any leverage positions at the moment. Right now, I'm just playing spot. I've been accumulating down in this region. Been kind of DCing on the way up a little bit. Nothing too crazy, just, putting a little bit amount every week into my portfolio. If we do come down and test 25K, I'm probably going to put a big amount back into... I wouldn't say a large amount. I would say a decent chunk of the rest of my bag into BTC and other coins that I'm holding. One of the main ones I'm looking for is I really need KDA. I would love for KDA to come back down to like 65, 50 cents. I've been accumulating KDA a little bit here, a little bit on the way down, a little bit on the way up, but like nothing serious, just very small amounts. I do on taking kind of a grand slam position on this to where I put a decent amount of money into this. Nothing that, I can't afford to lose, but something probably a little bit more than I would usually put into an altcoin. And this is going to be my home run. If this hits, then it's going to make me a lot of money. If not, it's not the end of the world. I still got other bags to hold. But that's the game plan. So I would like to see KDA get back below like maybe like 65, 50 cents, but we'll just wait and see. I'm trying to think of what else. I am going to be playing some spot positions on BTC, but like I said, this is my spot bag. Just dedicate a portion of my actual holdings just to play spot, maybe like 25, 30% what I got, just to, kind of mess around and make a little bit of money. Nothing too serious. So the next spot position I plan on taking is I am going to be selling once we get back below here. All right. I did take a small spot position up in this region. I had like a 10% stop loss. So I ended up buying back in. No big deal. So same thing when we get back below this pivot. If we do, give myself like a 10% stop. All right. And just, ride it back down to like 25K. And that's going to be the next major play that I'm going to be taking. He'll be back for the bull run. Yeah, he's coming back. Hey, what is happening with Kite? Moved on from crypto? No, he's just I don't want to get too deep into that. But he had some stuff going on in his personal life. And now he's just been focused on saving his money. He's been door dashing full time. He will be returning. I promise you that. I can't say when, because I'm not going to speak for him. But I've been busting his chops. Every once in a while I make a joke about him coming back on stream, and he does want to come back. He's just got to get other things in order in his life first. So he will be back. If not, I'll go down to her and me and Monk will make sure he streams. We'll just say that. We'll get him on stream. We'll tell him I miss him. We'll do. Exactly, Monk. Exactly. All right, let's take a look at the S&P. Something else I want to talk about too. All right, you guys know we talked about this on last stream. The S&P is formed a very nice bearish ABC here. Price needs to get back below this pivot in order for us to kind of be bearish. For me, I don't want to say this in a way that might scare people because that's not my intention, but something that sticks out to me is that the last time the S&P had a nice market separation like this that formed a nice bearish ABC was back in 08. All right, I've talked about this on the last stream. I talked about this in the past, but I'm just gonna let you guys know. To be honest, I'm a little concerned about what could be going on and what could possibly cause the markets to reverse if that is going to be the case, right? I'm not saying that is going to be the case. The S&P can just continue to run, and in almost the same scenario as like BTC, the further price pushes up past a certain region of uncertainty, then the more confident I am that in this case, the bearish outcome is not going to happen. So I need to see the S&P make a run for it. But if we just continue to hold and eventually come back down, sustain prices below this pivot, that's not going to be good. And in my head, the gears start turning. Right? I always think about, is there something that might be on its way to cause a larger disturbance in the markets? Another recession. I'm not trying to say like any serious war's gonna go on. The new latest thing, I don't know if you guys have been on TikTok or like Twitter or anything. People have been talking about like cyber attacks, the power grid going off, and all that crazy stuff. One thing I've learned from kind of viewing things from a background scene and kind of just looking at it from a third party perspective is the bearish stuff and all the bad things that could happen is pretty exaggerated. Usually, especially when it first comes or when it first happens. The whole COVID thing, yes, COVID was serious. A lot of people died, possibly from COVID, possibly from other things. The whole COVID thing was a real deal, right? People's lives were affected. It was a serious thing. So the market reaction was totally justified. But as time goes on, COVID isn't really a thing anymore. It wasn't as serious as people thought it was going to be. When Russia first invaded Ukraine, everyone was jumping to the gun that World War III was going to happen. This is it. Now, it could still happen, but I don't necessarily think that it's going to be a position where people are going to be firing nukes at each other and that's it. I think, honestly, the media and a lot of people exaggerate things too much. So if there is going to be some sort of event where maybe there is some sort of cyber attack or China hacks the power grid system or something crazy like that, if anything, first of all, I'm going to be a little skeptical of that just because it seems like we need some sort of narrative. I'm not going to go too far into conspiracies and all that, but in my head, I started thinking, what could cause a possible downturn? So if there is going to be some sort of situation like that to where maybe there is a cyber attack, power grid issue, maybe the markets will definitely respond. Not maybe, but the markets will definitely respond in a negative way to that. Is it going to be the end of the world? Probably not. Everyone likes to be the bearer of bad news and kind of exaggerate the bad that can happen. So the markets probably will respond negatively, but I don't think it's going to be the end of the world. How's life outside the let's see, how's life outside of crypto? The audit business venture go anywhere? So yes, I'm still working, I'm still doing that. I'm at the point to where, long story short, I don't think we're gonna come up with a deal as soon as I thought it was going to be. The season, so pretty much there's like on and off seasons. The off season in the summer, the owner pretty much doesn't book any jobs for the summer. He takes 3-4 months off and lives in Florida and does his own thing. So I think that usually happens around like May. So we're coming close to the end of the season. Even now, like we've been working a couple of jobs here and there. I've been pretty busy during the weekends, but it's been like, I'm out working 8 to 4 every day. This past weekend I worked Friday, started at 7:30, got home at like 12:30, 1 o'clock. Saturday, same thing, later start. Or Saturday we started at 9. I got home by 1:30. So it's been like shorter days. But I've been managing jobs now. So I've been kind of shown how to handle everything and preparing myself just in case this deal does go through. I don't have it. Oh, I have like a notebook with me. It's in the car. But in my car, I'm like taking notes. I have all these screenshots. I have a whole bunch of things. So like I'm preparing myself in case this deal does go through. Is the deal going to go through? I'm not too sure because my partner who I was supposed to be doing this with has kind of not been in the loop recently because he's got some personal stuff and family stuff going on. But as of right now, the deal is still on the table. We might have to just push it back probably towards the end of the season and see what's going on from there. So that's still on the table. I'm still working on that. And also, I can't say too much exactly, but you guys are probably going to be seeing me more often. I have something going on to where now, especially that like the timing of things, probably within the next 6 months, we're probably going to be bottoming and forming a new bull run. So I'm starting to prepare myself and, get in the habit of streaming again. And plus I feel bad for you guys because I've just been leaving you in the dust pretty much, saying I'll be back, not coming back. And I got to hold myself a little more accountable to make sure I actually stream. So, yeah. So I got some stuff going on. Very exciting. I'm going to be very busy. I'll tell you that. Very busy. Let's see. What's going on with your funded account? Any more drama? So they gave me a funded account. I just haven't touched it. To be honest, I just should have went YOLO'd it and just took a position and see what happened. I don't even know if I have access to that account anymore. I haven't checked. I haven't really been trading Forex that much, to be honest. I've been kind of lingering in the Twitter space, and from what I've seen, the strategy has been not doing so well recently. The strategy works in kind of a more stagnant market. When price is extremely volatile to the upside or to the downside, the strategy doesn't do as well. So I just haven't been trading the Forex stuff recently. I'm trying to think what else has been going on. There is something else that a friend of mine introduced me to that I'm trying. And I don't know exactly because I'm still like in the testing phase, kind of observing. I haven't really tried it yet. I don't feel comfortable sharing it. It's because I don't know how legit it is yet. But if something does come out to where I find out it does really well, then I will share it with you guys. I just can't say what it is yet. Apple did the ABC short. Did it? Oh, yeah. It's still lingering in that area. But, yeah, I would say it's a good time to maybe sell off some of your shares. Not financial advice, but something I would consider. Russian space nukes, bro. Russian space nukes. That's such a it could, who knows? Who knows? Who really knows? How's the DXY doing? If you guys have any questions or if you guys want me to look at stuff, please just let me know. I plan on being here for a little bit, not too long, but we can go over some stuff. Sorry, I thought I was going to sneeze. Let's see. I think I need a little bit more of a zoomed out perspective on the DXY. Oh, wow. Oh, okay. I was like, wait a minute. There's no way that... Okay. Why am I only getting this much? Oh, because I zoomed out way too far. Okay. Like, wait a minute. Why? Okay, this makes more sense. Okay. So for the DXY, pretty much the two main pivots to look for. It's gonna be about $99 and around 107. So if we do come back down, this looks like it's gonna be some sort of ABC here. Or if the DXY continues to pump, looks like some sort of larger term ABC up here. And regardless, we can still get a larger ABC that plays out like this. So, as of right now, these are the two main pivots to look out for. Nvidia and other AI stocks are dumping today. Some are saying that this AI is a bubble pop. It probably could be. This could be the next internet bubble pop. I just want to know when Moon and when Lambda. Hey, I want to know the same thing too. Unfortunately, I don't have that answer. I can give you a realistic time frame. I can give you an idea. I'm not going to tell you. I'll just be honest. Unless you have a lot of money to begin with, I just don't see Bitcoin getting to a point to where it's going to make you a lot of money. Even if you were buying, I don't know why it's giving me these weird ass candles. Even if you've been buying at 15K, like I don't see price going above 150K. That's probably at the top. So unless you got 100 grand in Bitcoin that you bought at 15K and you sell at 150, you're not making $1 million anytime soon off of this, this next bull run. Even me, I didn't go all in on 15K. I sprinkled a little bit. I'm probably if I had to guess, my average DCA is probably going to be around this region here. If I had to guess, like around 20, maybe 25K. So even if we go to 150, what is that? Let's just say 25K. Maybe a 5X, right? I can't do math. 6X, 25, 50, 75. Yeah, 5X. Wow, I'm retarded. But a 5X, that's not that much. It's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be a good money for me, but it's not gonna be anything to write home about. So that's why I'm taking a small chunk of my stack and I'm putting into a home run coin. One of the mistakes I made last bull run is that I didn't put any money into any home run coins because I was so scared of losing it. But now I have a little bit more money to kind of I can afford to lose. If KDA goes to 0 and I put a couple thousand into it, I can afford to lose that. It's fine. Still a big deal. Let's see. Hey, Johnny, Binance delists XMR, and I just thought I bought a bunch of it, but it's been a nightmare trying to install a GUI while on my PC. I have to download the whole blockchain. Philip, I would check because this was the same issue with like the traditional like Bitcoin wallets. See if there's a way you can download more of the transaction history. If that makes sense. I know on like the original Bitcoin wallet, you would have to update all the transactions. If you were so far behind, there is a log you can download. Don't quote me on this. Do your research. Don't download anything that you see. But if it's anything like BTC, there might be a way to get a quicker version of the logs to help update your wallet faster. I'm not too sure if there's any other XMR wallets out there. I haven't really looked into it. $100K in December 2024. Yeah, I would say that's fair. I think the halving is going to be around March, May, somewhere around there. I always forget. Let's look this up. Now it's saying the 19th. April 19th. Okay, so it looks like it went from, was it May or March? I don't remember what I originally said in the beginning, but April 19th. So let's say 6 to 8 months. I would say 6 to 10 months after the halving is when we can start to go into that bull run. So what is that? May, June, July, August, September, October. So maybe start October, November, and then maybe I would say maybe December 2024 into maybe like February 2025 is when we could possibly top out. But yeah, I wouldn't. You're not too far off, Joe. I would agree. Hey Johnny, what about Forex and props? Are you still in Rivertown? I personally haven't touched Forex in a very long time. After my whole funded account debacle, I just, I have other stuff come up in my life, and to me, I got my money back, and I personally haven't really touched it since. There's been a lot of drama going on with the prop firm space. I know that. So, I would just be a little bit cautious about if you are looking for a prop firm to still use. The strategy itself, the Phantom Judas strategy, hasn't been on the hottest streak as of recently. I haven't looked at, let me see if the stat sheet has been updated. Okay, so it looks like it's still being updated. Yeah, and look at that. That's been not good. That is not a good win streak. Yeah, you would have got your butt handed to you the end of January. -1R, -1R, -0.44R, -4R. Oh, this was decent. When was this? All right, so the end of December into like the beginning of January wasn't that bad. Yeah, it looks like December into the halfway through January, the strategy actually did pretty decent. But it's been a while since, these strategies, that's going to happen. It's going to be a roller coaster. It's not going to be a straight line up. So I just haven't had time to jump into it yet. Or jump back into it. Can we check XRP? Haven't looked at it in months, but heard it's lagging. Yeah, take a look. Jesus. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's been a whole lot of nothing on XRP. Hold on, I need to get a bigger breakdown on this. It's been a while. All right, so that was the peak. All right, so it looks like it put an ABC there. This would be the beginning of the trend. Okay. So what I think could be going on is something like this. All right. So we're looking for a much larger potential A to a B to a C scenario. That's probably that's the first thing that comes to my mind when I look at this. We need to break that pivot. Another scenario that's kind of popping up in my head right now. It's the same outcome, But maybe we drag out this B wave a little bit more. This is kind of a stretch. But as long as price doesn't get back below, that's going to be the next setup I'm looking for. So, yeah. Primarily, I would say currently, I would look at these two levels. You would long once you get above here. All right, if price does continue downward. And target the high, if not higher. I might buy some XRP if that's the case. We'll see. If not, if we don't put in that low, I would be a little bit cautious up in this region. And look for a possible retest of that level there. That's the most I would go. That's probably the furthest I would go with XRP right now. There we go. You know what I miss doing? I miss doing the FOMC streams. When's the next one of those? Did I just miss it? Is there not one in February? Is this the right one? Is there not one in February? Yeah, there was one last year. Someone in chat, let me know. I mean, if that's the case, then I'll try to aim for the 20th of next month. I can definitely do that. Well, it depends on my schedule. Let me see. I don't think there's any. That's a Tuesday. We'll see. Big BTC bounced off the bottom of the range. 50.7K just entered middle of the range. If we're turning bear, should be the first rejection level. Let's see. Oh yeah. Yeah. I'm not too worried about it. Like I said, I need price to get back below, 49K in order for me to be bearish. Caught along at 51.02, so happy the bounce is still in play. Yeah. We'll see. Do you need a thumbnail designer or video editor? No, to be honest, not right now. Cuz I really, I have the same thumbnail that I use for all my streams. Maybe at some point we'll change it up. I'll definitely, if I need one, I'll let you know. But I'm at this moment in time, I'm not as active as I used to be. Maybe once the bull run hits, I'll consider it. But I appreciate you asking. One suggestion: you may use one thumbnail for 3 or 4 days. Yeah. Yeah, I like I said, I haven't been as active on YouTube as I once was, to my own fault. Um, if I ever get to that point, then I definitely will consider it. 100% profit right now. Just took out 20% stop loss on my entry. Nice. What else? ADA. Nothing else has really been too exciting, to be honest. See, Matic, not too exciting. Sold, not too exciting. Oh, I totally forgot about ETH. Okay. Okay. I mean, ETH is at the same point. If we get back below, this could be a possible end of a sea leg for a larger ABC here. Let me just test something. I'm breaking out the DGen tools right now. Hold on, let me see. You can't make this up, man. The one-to-one extension on that is there. Looking for somewhere in this pocket. You never know. I'm curious. Let's do the same thing with BTC. Guys, do not use fib extensions for part of your trading analysis, please. But this is just for fun. I have a feeling that I don't think this is going to be as... Yeah, that's too far. I need to go... Here, maybe? And we are sitting in that 1-to-1 off of this ABC. Fibs work if you make them work, exactly. A lot of discretion in fibs. A lot of discretion. So please do not follow me and use fib extensions. You can follow me in other ways, like subscribing to the YouTube channel. I'm just kidding. If you guys want it. Oh, I've noticed that I got to 1,700 subscribers, I think, last stream. And it's just been kind of teetering on that number. So I appreciate you guys who are new. I'm I do a really bad job at reading comments, guys. I apologize. All right. Oh my goodness. What happened to people? It's been so long since I've looked at these shit coins. Wow, look at that retest. Pretty solid. Matic. Ooh, Matic's almost at its larger ABC resistance area as well. Oh, right clicked instead of left clicked. Let's see. Joe says soul. We shall give you soul. Soul, I mean, besides its gigantic run up it's had here, this is the main thing that I'm seeing. Where's that pivot at? That pivot is at around 126.60. I really don't see anything else. Maybe if we go back down and test this low one more time. Something like this. That could be possible as well. But overall, I mean, we could just dump without forming another high. But we'll see what happens. It's either 126 or 78. And if 78 fails, then we can look for lower. Can you look at GAL for some reason? I'm searching for ABC long instead of ABC short. Is that the ticker? GAL? Is it a crypto? Is it this one? Let me know if this is the right one. Vlad, how you doing, my friend? Vlad, I responded to you on Discord. So let me know what a good time. Gal USDT, okay. So so you said I keep looking. For some reason, I'm searching for an ABC long instead for short. I mean, viewing this this is the first time I'm looking at this. Right. Every time I look at a new coin, and you guys should practice this as well. Every time you look at something new or something you're looking to get into, always zoom out. Right. I mean, that's, daily. There's not too much price history going on here. All right. Once you go to a daily, there's not enough. Go to 8 hour. On the 8 hour, the very first thing I can see. I can't tell if, okay, so the pump came first. So this looks like this is just 1A, B, C. All right. So that was your first major long position on GAL. Now that we formed that and we're pushing in the upside, the main thing I see at the moment when it comes to more recent price action is something like that. And within the C, we have that. So the main play at the moment, it depends. This possibly, if this is the bottom, we have to look for a scenario to perhaps it might turn into something like this. All right, 204, we get a larger pullback and then continuation to the upside. If this is, let's say if this bottom here wasn't the bottom, then I can go kind of assume another possibility. Now, this is, like I said, I don't know the answer to this. This is just something I ask myself while I'm going through my TA. All right. So if this isn't a bottom, this would be the major pivot, and perhaps we're putting in a larger retest to the upside before continuing. So at this point, this is what I would consider. We have an ABC on a more, I would say, medium to higher time frame level. Mark out that entry, right? So your entry for shorts to be below that 2.69, 2.7, right? Depending on, I don't know exactly where. Let's just say that 2.9692, 2.692. All right, once you get that entry, what I would do, give yourself a reasonable stop loss. I would say with alts, I like to give myself anywhere from a 10 to 15%. And just look for a situation to where price gives you another reason to take another short position. All right. So you might not get the perfect exit. All right. But you're getting yourself, you have some sort of continuation. We can do this. You have some sort of continuation set up. So what I would do there is take profit around there, re-enter once price gets back below that pivot. Give yourself, same thing, like a 10% stop, and just see how far you can take it. That's personally how I would handle this. Worst case scenario, if you take at least that one stop loss, right? And let's say prices bottoms out here. And if you want to as well, you can also take a hedge position. So let's say within this downtrend, all right, price gives you something like this. Then you can go ahead, hedge yourself once price gets back above. And if this is going to be a bottoming situation to where price comes down and forms a larger ABC, like we talked about as one of the possibilities, okay? Something like this, you're able to catch the next move to the upside. Yes, you might lose a little bit. You might lose a little bit of profit by either taking profit at a higher or at not a perfect level, but an ideal level. But you'll make money on the rise up, on the way up. Did I say edge? I hope I didn't say edge. I meant to say hedge. Hedge fund. Hedge. Protect yourself, not edge yourself. Jesus, Joe. Get your head out of the gutter. But yeah, that's how I would play this. Is wait for that short setup. Wait if you see a hedge long position. Now you're making me twist my own words here. Wait for the hedge long position down here. If you get it, take it. And possibly try to catch a continuation setup. If you can't catch a continuation setup, take the loss and then just ride the wave to the upside. Now, I'm not sure if you're trading this with leverage or not. Right? If you're trading this without leverage, it's a little bit of a different story. If you're not using leverage, how I would do this is, if you're, let's say you're on the sidelines and you're not in this coin at all. What I would do is basically treat the short position as a sell position. So, what you could do is, if you're on the sidelines, just wait. Or if you want, you can buy in now, then sell once you get back below that pivot. Either or. But sell once you get back below that pivot. If you have a position to where you can hedge yourself, then go ahead and buy a portion of it back in. Don't buy your entire stack back. Buy a portion of the stack. And basically, if you get it stopped out, you're buying the rest up here and you can just ride the wave up. So, let's see. Nice. So thanks. I'll give it a go. I think 15% stop loss is too much, though. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. You don't have to use the 15. You can use 10. You can use whatever you want. Just be aware. The smaller stop loss you use on a altcoin, the more likely you are to get stopped out. If you're okay with that, then go for it. This current ETH pop looks unsustainable. Check out the 5-minute. Got to be a good scalp short. Good scalp short coming up. Let's see. Yeah, possibly. Has this song been playing this entire time? Is it on repeat? Oh, it is. That's why. Okay. Tell us the story of Link, please. Story of Link. Okay, I can tell you what happened. So, Link pretty much was consolidating sideways to nothing. You had one really good opportunity to take a position on Link, and that was right here. All right, we had an ABC. All right, with an ABC within the C. Now, this consolidation pattern was absolutely god-awful. But you can see we got a fake out, and that was your chance to buy in. Okay, let's see. Is your chance to buy in? Oh, I hate when it does this. All right. Like a 14-15% stop, and you just let this thing run. Just let it run. Yeah, I got stopped out a few times, quit, and then it popped. Yeah, that's usually what happens. It's this type of price action is meant for you to do that. That's why in these kind of situations, it's important to always focus on a little bigger picture. You know, if you were focusing on the 8-hour, you wouldn't have touched any of this. Maybe you would have touched. Maybe you would have tried a position down here. All right, maybe down here. But that's about it. You shouldn't have been trying to catch every single level. All right. And then once that time came, boom. This is a position I would hold forever, to be honest. If I was in this position on Link, I would hold this to the next bull run. I'm not going to say it's got to go to 130, but, you know. I would hold that. That's an easy 10x. And I don't know if you get. I would never probably use leverage on a coin like this unless it's like very, very low leverage, or if I'm using a very small amount of money. Thanks for cheering me up. I'm sorry. But that's the reality. That's the reality of the situation. Is you gotta prepare yourself. Look at the larger time frames. Understand what price can go. Set yourself up to where you want to get. Set yourself up for the positions you want to get yourselves into and out of. Right? And sometimes that can take months. Now, can you please tell us the story of Link in the Ocarina of Time? Jesus Christ. Those are some good games, man. I miss those days. I keep seeing these nostalgia things pop up on TikTok, like when I was a kid back in like the early 2000s, going through elementary school and stuff. Oh. Take me back to simpler days. I know Kaido, he says, if in doubt, zoom out. Yeah, he's absolutely right. Absolutely right. Just be patient. Just be patient. I just learned Elijah Wood's Frodo was the voice of Spyro. Really? That's pretty crazy. I never knew that. It's the same thing with BTC. Don't catch FOMO. Don't be buying up here, right? You should have been buying down here. If you were serious on being bullish, you should have been buying down here. You'll have another opportunity to buy. I can't say when, but in my personal opinion, I think we're going to come back down and test 25K. That is the time to buy. Don't FOMO. All right, I promise you, price always comes back. If you look at this, if you look at this and tell me that this is a healthy run to the upside with no pullbacks, no serious pullbacks, this is not a pullback. All right, I don't care. I will fight anyone on this. This is not a pullback. What the fuck is this? It's not a pullback. All right. A pullback needs to have a clear separation and trend. This is not a clear separation and trend. Right? A pullback needs to have a multi-layered. Right? Even if it's like this, that's a pullback. That is not this. All right? So you're telling me that price went up. The only I would consider this a pullback, but it's not a healthy one. Just a one and done, boom, keep going. It's not a healthy pullback. This looks like one continuous trend to me. The fact that price went up about 200% without a serious pullback, you shouldn't be catching FOMO off of this. Just wait. Just wait. Can we check Coinbase coin? Yeah, absolutely. Wow. Okay. Same thing with Coinbase. You had a really good opportunity over here to buy. And you just go one of those positions you just hold. Now, price can do something like this. I'm not saying it's going to, but it can. So if this is going to be a possible situation, just prepare yourself. Have some money aside and say, you know what, I'm not going to buy. I'm not going to use this amount of money until we get down to that $31. If it never happens, it never happens. Right? Don't chase. You gotta look at possible areas of support. Here, but that's about it. And Coinbase also put it in ABC. All right, this is one of the cleanest sets of ABCs I've ever seen. All right, we have a larger A to a larger B to a C. Within that C, there is an ABC. Within that C, there is an ABC. So, damn it, I'm late. You admit it's okay. Look. If you're showing up just now, or if you're watching this later, my apologies. It's my fault for not being consistent with streaming. I promise, I will do my best, especially going forward in the next couple months or so. I'll be doing a lot better of streaming on a more consistent basis. I'll start to plan streams. I want to get back into doing this. All right, because I miss it. I was just thinking about it the other day. I miss hanging out with you guys. I miss having all the jokes. Reaching 1,000 subscribers was fucking amazing. Still gives me chills. Thinking about that, even though I'm such a small YouTuber. The next goal is 2,000, and I wanna get back on that consistency. Like I said, I got some stuff going on in the background that it's gonna be Not well, requiring, yes, but you're going to be seeing me pop up a lot more. Let's just say that. Rashad, how you doing, my friend? Good to see you. Just entered each short. Let's see. Oh yeah. I'm probably wrong. That's what happens with these bloody YouTubers. They get famous off our backs and they go live a life of wealth and fame and then forget about us. It's a sad reality. And I hope I aspire to never be like that. Guys, if that ever happens to me, please tell me so I can. I'm just kidding. I don't like. It's sad that I understand there's a point to this to where, you know, you got to make a living off of this. That I'm okay with. My biggest problem is how it's done. Leeching off of people, giving bad information. If you can make a solid living, but if you, like, how can I say this? You can make a solid living preaching good information. The unfortunate reality is that you can make a lot more money pandering to degenerates, telling people what they want to hear, giving people the keys to the kingdom, telling people that you can have these unrealistic expectations in trading. That's what the majority of these people on YouTube do, is that they kind of sell you the stream. They sell you the dream. And it's unfortunate. Like, I always on the side of that I would rather make less money, not be as famous, as long as I can provide the right information. Now, if I can have both at once, I'll take it. But we are telling you, stay humble, stay with the truth. Absolutely. You guys have been there from the beginning. I'm not saying it's gonna happen. Like, I'll be honest. Like, I'm not the most exciting guy on YouTube. We sit here, talk about price action, we hang out, we shoot the shit. You know, I don't want to. I have my thoughts and opinions about certain people in the space and how they do things. All right, I'm not the biggest fan of it. I really want to be one of those YouTubers that constantly shit talks other people. I don't want to be one of those other YouTubers that. There's two camps. Either you're the guy who's selling the shit, making a lot of money off of people's backs, and there's also, I don't like the people who sit there and just constantly shit talk other people. I don't like either of those. There's other channels out there. Now, granted, if you're doing it legitimately, fine. If people are being frauds and you're doing a job exposing them, absolutely, you know, keep doing your thing. There's a lot of bad things that come with it. Things that personally I don't want to have to deal with. You know, I've been through phases where, like, I've like kind of like snug jabs at other YouTubers and stuff, but I will never publicly say anything. I will never like defame anyone unless it's based off facts, unless it's based off legitimacy. There's people out there who just like to start shit. I was just about to say the person's name, but I wasn't gonna do it. Yeah, they always think things like Casper to $40 when they have millions waiting to sell at $1. Exactly. Are you satisfied with this method? What is your success rate typically of 3 months or a year? So long story short, if you guys haven't been around for this, you guys can go back in the streams, right? All this stuff is public information, right? We started an account back in this region here. I believe maybe a little bit sooner. I don't remember exactly the timestamps. If someone remembers, please remind me. But we started an account with, I think, $500. Was it $500? I don't remember exactly what it was. But we started an account with $500 and I doubled it within like 4 or 5 months, maybe even longer. I don't remember. I really don't remember. Let's see if I can find out. Let's just go to like February 1st of last year. Yeah, I streamed so much. I'm just watching one of my older streams to see if I can get account information up. That's back when I had really long hair. Remembers those days. Okay, so let's see. I found this. So $700. You go back a little bit further. Let's go back to like November 11th, which is my birthday. I really don't remember. I don't remember if it was $500 to over 1,000, if not 1,500, somewhere around there. But it was pretty good. It's just focusing on larger time frame setups. I remember I did have the green screen. Do I not have my positions on screen? Oh, maybe not this stream. I don't remember. It was your $1 to $1 million challenge. Yeah, I appreciate that, Joe. I wish it was. I wish it was. God, I'll do some research, but I know it's at least $500 to $1,000. At least a 2x, if not more. Crowlow is doing a $1 million to $10 million challenge this year. That's crazy. That's a lot of money. But in reality, that's only a 10x. I really don't remember what I started out with this challenge. We'll figure it out. Are we going to blow off the... All right, John, I gotta go. Thanks a lot, man. Good to have you back, and that's great news. I appreciate that, Philip. I really do appreciate it. It's good seeing you, my friend. Hope to see you on the next one. For shot, I'll give you an exact answer for next time. Are we going to blow off the all-time high before halving? It's possible. It's possible. I don't personally think so, but it's possible. I guess we could talk about it. If that is going to be the case, I mean, what's stopping BTC from forming a much larger ABC like this? I'm just going to be way too cautious of price. Once price, if we do break new all-time highs before the happening, I'm just going to be too cautious. That's just me personally. Going over all-time high would be some ABC. It'd be an ABC of a lifetime. I'll say that. If this does happen, I am personally going to be on the side that price is probably going. That's where, if we don't get a significant bull run, I think this is the part that could possibly break the cycle, or it could be the setup that breaks the happening cycle, to where we do have, we have a bull market, a bear market phase, a reaccumulation phase, halving. Then after the halving, then we have a new bull run. I think that this can break the cycle. Or there's two things, right? Either it breaks the cycle, we have to think about a new possible scenario, what could happen, that maybe this is a more serious bearish case scenario, or it could be just the opposite, right? This could be a massive bull run way bigger than this one. That's the only thing I can see. But if you really think about it timeline wise and think about how things are lining up in the traditional markets, I don't think that's the case. I have a very, very hard time, unless the S&P just goes for it, right? If the S&P just goes for it and we just keep going and never stop, I don't see a reason for why Bitcoin would do the same. I really don't see it. Maybe with Wall Street now, we might go super cycle parabolic to 200 plus K. My only argument to that, Umit, is that if the ETF did open up the doors for more people to get in, right? The ETF release date was, all right, on Thursday, like around the middle of January, right? Big money, big retail, or not big retail. Big whales are not buying BTC at 40,000. They're not. They're just not. I have a very hard time believing whales would be buying up here. Big money needs to get in at a cheaper price. So you need to push price down in order to get those orders filled. If it is a scenario to where the whales are FOMOing and that is the case, then we might have to possibly talk about something else, a different scenario. I really don't know. Unfortunately, I just don't have that answer. I know you don't mess with data analytics, etc., just charts, but the outflow of BTC has been equal to the 2018 bull run. So all-time high outflow since ETFs. Whales don't FOMO. Exactly, Eber. Joe, let's see. But the outflow of BTC has been equal to the 2018 bull run. So all-time high outflows. Oh, sorry. Are you talking about You're talking about here, Joe? It's matching when it was prices up here. And we've seen large amounts of BTC moving off exchange, which typically means less supply. Let me know. Am I on the right track, Joe, or am I? Let me know if I'm. Okay. Well, just think about it. I mean, just because there's been the same amount of outflow, I mean, it could be the same thing. I don't know. I really don't know. You meant since investing in BTC was illegal. I would say investing. It's hard to get large amounts of BTC. I wouldn't say it's that it wasn't illegal. Is that big money, big whales want security when it comes to it. Owning the physical asset might be too dangerous for them. So it's easier to do it from something, or buy it off of something, or an exchange, or buy it off a broker, or in this case, buying into an ETF that's insured. I think that's what you mean, right? Instead of illegal, maybe not safe. I can see both sides, but if we are going to talk about new all-time highs, then we possibly have to consider two options: larger ABC, or maybe we get a gigantic bull run, bigger than we expected. That's the only thing I can imagine. Let's see. We're calling it a giga candle. Just so much less supply with BlackRock, etc. buying. Well, ETF was a classic FUD. Remember, guys, do not trade the news. News is always priced in, and they say ETH ETF decision is set for May, right around the halving, barring some black swan news events. We'll see. Like I said, we still need that. We still need something to. In order for me, like, unless things have changed, guys, this is on the premise that the cycles are still the same. We still get a repeat of what happened the last couple times, to where we get a bull run, bear market, retest to the upside, reaccumulate, test lower areas of support, and then go for new all-time high. Usually, the retest of supports after the retest of resistances on like a pullback like this usually has to be caused by some sort of black swan event. Not saying all the time. Let's do. Oh shit. Index chart. All right, it's not always the case. Did I have a chart with happenings on it? Where is that chart? Hold on. Did I delete it? I might have deleted it. All right, this is not as extreme as the last one, but we had a pullback, retest of resistances, test of new lows, boom. Retest, black swan event, boom. Now it could be, like I said, it doesn't have to be that extreme. I just don't know. I just don't know. We just have to understand the levels that are below us, understand where price can go to, and make decisions off those levels. Why is this? What am I getting stuck on? There we go. Sorry, these, I'm not used to these in-ear monitors yet. I literally just bought them yesterday. I'll take this one out for now. All right, we're approaching the hour-and-a-half mark. I'm probably going to go ahead and call it here in a little bit. Just letting you guys know. Let's play some Wordle. It's been a while. The other day I was playing, I just decided to just play it for shits and giggles the other day. And I got it in 2 tries. The word was price, which would have been ironic for the stream. Should have done that. Raise. I'm gonna get the many vowels out of the. Okay. T-A. No, there's no S. I want to see if the T's in the right spot. Okay. So the T is either in these 2 spots. M. Match? No shot. Wow, I've been on a roll recently. Hey, Coyote, how you doing, my friend? Good to see you. It's been a while. Check ETH on 1 minute. This scalp might work. Joe, why you gotta keep being a degenerate? We'll check it out. Okay. You got something going for you. How you doing, my friend? Good to see you. But yeah, I've been on a roll with this recently. Don't know why. The word was match. Match made in heaven. Well, I'll hang out for a little bit longer. Not gonna leave right away, but just wanted to get that out of the way. Coyote, in case you're just tuning in, hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Well, you are just tuning in, right? Unless you've been watching this whole time and just decided to say hello just now. But yeah, we're waiting for a short position here. Question is this going to be, I'm not too concerned of trying to catch a knife. I'm not trying here to short every single ABC top. This is just remember, just like back in this area here, I spent way too much time trying to catch every single little ABC because I thought we were going to test a new low, right? We can absolutely just go ahead and keep blasting through blasting through resistance levels until we break new all-time highs. I'm still not convinced it's going to happen, but this was a very, very detrimental point in my trading career. Right? I made a lot of stupid decisions. Luckily, I wasn't too stupid. I put aside to like 25,000. Well, I think it was like 20. Yeah, around 20,000 to trade on aggressive leverage, and I pretty much blew that entire account in the matter of, what did that take? Maybe 4 or 5 months, 4 months. Just trying to short every single little high, and look how that turned out. So don't be like me. Don't be trying just because the narrative is that we need to come down and test supports, which I still think is the case. Don't sit here and chase every single little ABC that comes your way. Wait for the larger separations and trends. Wait for the larger moves to play out, and then you'll get your opportunity, if that is going to happen. Right? We can just keep going just like this and just go right back to new all-time highs. But just the timing of it all, it just doesn't make sense to me. It really doesn't. God damn it. Hate doing this with all this hair in the way. Okay. All right, we're about the hour and 40-minute mark. So if you guys have any other questions, please let me know. I pretty much got over everything I wanted to go over. Unfortunately, things have been kind of slow recently, so I promise, all right, I'm going to do my best to hold myself accountable for this, all right? I'm going to do my best to commit to at least one stream a week for now, all right? And then we're going to continue to work up from there. Just because I got a lot of other stuff going on, I'm going to do my best to make sure I keep on top of that. And try to figure out what's best, what works in my schedule. It's going to be at least some time during the beginning of the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So weekends are pretty much impossible for me right now. Obviously, you guys have your own stuff going on, so weekends wasn't really in the picture anyway. I always like to stream during like the beginning and the middle of the week anyway, somewhere in that range. So at the moment, we're just going to stick with at least once a week. So I will see you guys next week, I promise. Whether I'm sick, not dying. Whether I'm sick or if I have too much stuff going on, I promise I will make time for you guys. Right? I will do my best to hold myself accountable for that. So we're going to be sticking to at least one stream a week. I'm going to aim for Monday or Tuesday. I'll also let you guys know in the Discord. If you guys are in the Discord, I'll do my best to remind you maybe a couple hours before, or maybe the day before, something like that. I'll figure out a system. But I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much. Hope you guys have a great rest of your week. You guys know the positions I'm taking. This is what I'm waiting for. And yeah, we'll see you next week if things change. So let's go ahead and say goodbye. Joe, Umit, Coyote, Lieber. Let's see. Umit. I think I already said Umit, but you get a second one. Philip, Farshad, Clap Show, Vlad, if you're still here. Let's see. Rivertown Souls, Mr. Reckless, Sky Knight, My Name Monk, Zero, MX Crypto. Guys, it was good seeing all of you. Thank you guys again. Really appreciate you always coming back. I take these breaks. I feel bad. I feel like I leave you guys in the dust, kind of leave you guys to do your own thing. It's not the case. I will be here next week, and hopefully down the line we'll continue back to our normal schedule routine. I can definitely promise you guys this though, before I leave. During the summer, when like my off season, is in effect, you guys, I promise you'll be seeing me a lot more. So, for now, we're gonna work our way back up to that though. Okay. All right, guys. Really do appreciate it. Appreciate you. I don't know. That was a tongue twister for me. Be good. Be safe. Let's do the thing. I'm just going to keep myself here because I don't want to drag middle of the screen. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.